Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary, back bringing you some more daily NBA news, recaps, updates, highlights, whatever you want to think about it. Thank you so much for coming back. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs, and you guys also know that I need you guys right now to absolutely destroy that like button, as it does help the channel grow. Anyways, we got quite a few games and quite a few things to talk about going on in the NBA today, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just get right into this. Let's go. First up for the day, the Cleveland Cavaliers just managed to defeat the Los Angeles Lakers. That's right, LeBron James's old team just beat LeBron's new team. Granted, while LeBron's new team didn't have LeBron, 101-95, and to make this even worse, of course, it was at the Staples Center. The Lakers lost at home to the Cleveland Cavaliers in front of Lakers fans. That is terrible, and you could see after the game that this loss may have affected the Lakers deeper than just another L on the calendar, as we got a montage out showing just how depressed this Los Angeles Lakers team looked after losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Although he didn't really need any icing, they were already eating their dessert.
Oh, and by the way, you think Cleveland's going to enjoy this one? They're not leaving town till Tuesday.
Hey.
So they're going to go out and have some fun in the City Angels tonight. 0.2 remaining, and for the Lakers, a lot of heads are hanging right now. Wow.
Very disappointing.
Yeah, they're going to be.
And it wasn't even just the players and the coaches who looked stunned by this loss, as we also got video footage of Rob Pelinka, the Lakers GM, pacing back and forth behind the scenes, looking lost and frantic as to what to do about the Los Angeles Lakers losing to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then even more after the game, Luke Walton alluded to the fact that there could be some starting lineup changes coming for LA after this loss. So it's safe to say that the Los Angeles Lakers seem to be at the edge without LeBron James, where things were starting to get kind of shaky. Guys were starting to become kind of worried about how good of a team they actually were, considering that they were losing to teams a lot more without LeBron James. And this loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers might have took the Lakers from being on the edge as to debating whether or not they can compete without LeBron James to pushing them over the edge and showing them that maybe they really do need LeBron in order to compete. Next up, James Harden did it. That is right, James Harden went out there and tied Kobe Bryant for the most consecutive 30-plus point games since the NBA-ABA merger many years ago with 16. So congratulations to James Harden, but that being said, there is some skepticism over whether or not he deserved that 30-point game last night, as Harden did have 38 points and 9 rebounds and 12 assists in this one. But the man was 1 of 17 from 3, and just about half of his points came from the free throw line. So of course that's going to have some fans saying that, you know, he might have been trying a little too hard to get that 30 points, and then also the refs were helping him out to get that 30 points. But what makes it even worse is that James Harden and the Houston Rockets wound up losing to the Orlando Magic in this game, 116-109. Aaron Gordon and Nikola Vucevic with 22 points each. And for James Harden to tie Kobe Bryant like this, it's phenomenal. First off, you can't really take that away from James Harden. He had 16 games where he scored 30-plus points, a lot of them scoring 40-plus points, and I have little to no doubt that he will have another game after this, at least, where he scores at least 30 points, so he will pass Kobe Bryant. That's just what I'm thinking. I'd have a hard time believing otherwise. After this game, though, Mike D'Antoni did call out the other players for the Houston Rockets, saying that they can't rely on James Harden to save them every game, that James Harden might be fantastic, but he can't be the only one out there trying, essentially saying that no one else tried last night except for James Harden. Well, James Harden, on the other hand, just blamed it on the Rockets defense, saying that Houston scored enough points, but defensively they didn't try hard enough to beat the Magic. This season so far has been filled with a heck of a lot of extremely good games. Actually, it's so many good games have been played so far this season that you kind of forget about the other games until you're reminded about the other games. For example, we just had that classic between the San Antonio Spurs and the OKC Thunder. That right there was one that a lot of people thought would be the game of the year. However, a couple days later, now we have this game, a game between the Toronto Raptors and the Washington Wizards. Another game that went into double overtime, and another game with some fantastic individual and team performances overall. However, it was the Toronto Raptors who eventually escaped escaped with the 140-138 win over the Washington Wizards thanks to Serge Ibaka draining a three with 15 seconds left to go in the second overtime. However, the two stand-up performances in this game were Kawhi Leonard for number one for the Toronto Raptors, as he had 41 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists. But not only that, Bradley Beal for the Washington Wizards was absolutely phenomenal in this game. 43 points, 15 assists, and 10 rebounds. Afterwards, tweeting out that this loss definitely hurt considering how hard he was trying to get the win. And I can understand that the Washington Wizards played their heart out in this game going up against what is currently the best team in the NBA. And since the Toronto Raptors are currently the best team in the NBA, that left Kawhi Leonard after the game to say that this game shouldn't even have been as close as it was to start, and that the Raptors have to do a better job of putting teams away early and not letting them think that they even have a shot at winning, which is true because that's what great championship teams do. That's what the Golden State Warriors have done every other year except for this year during the regular season. So if the Toronto Raptors really want to reach that level, then they do have to put teams away earlier. But at the same time, you can't just negate the fact that a lot of people for the Washington Wizards stepped up last night and played extremely well. Bradley Beal, of course, being the main guy. Also, shout out to Pascal Siakam. He continues his amazing play and also had a career high last night with 19 rebounds. Now, I might have said that the Toronto Raptors are currently the best team in the NBA, but what I was talking about is simply record-wise. As we all know, that the title of the best team, the true best team in the NBA, still has to go to the Golden State Warriors until someone proves that they can beat them in a 7-game series. And one of the hardest things to stop about Golden State is definitely Stephen Curry. And the Dallas Mavericks learned that the hard way last night, as Curry dropped 48 points in this game, shooting 11 of 19 from 3, as the Warriors eke out the 119-114 win over Dallas. And the only reason, or one of the main reasons, this game was still so close despite Curry having one of his Human Torch mode nights was because of the rookie Luka Doncic, who continues to shine and continues to get better, it seems. 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. The guy was so great last night that he pretty much left head coach of the Warriors, Steve Kerr, in awe. As Steve Kerr after the game said that Luka Doncic is an absolutely brilliant player and that he should be an all-star already no matter how the votes fall. After the Philadelphia 76ers lost their last game to the Atlanta Hawks, Ben Simmons came out and called the team soft, said that they played both soft on the offensive end and on the defensive end and that they just didn't try enough. So that's what Ben Simmons said of his team after that game. Of course, Jimmy Butler did agree, saying that he doesn't like the word soft and says that the Philadelphia 76ers just got outplayed by the Atlanta Hawks and that's all there was to it. However, now that that's being said, I guess it's a good thing that Ben Simmons came out in this game and backed up his words. He didn't just call the team soft and then proceed to do the same thing the next game. No, he called the team soft and then stepped it up in this game. Matter of fact, the man stepped up so much in this game that he wound up having a career night. Ben Simmons with his first 2020 game of his career, and it's not a 20-point, 20-assist game. It was a 20-point, 20 rebound game. 20 points, 22 rebounds, and 9 assists for Ben Simmons as they do narrowly get the win over the New York Knicks, 108-105. Thankfully, Joel Embiid also returned in this game and did help out a lot as well, or else, even though Ben Simmons went out there and dominated, I highly doubt the Sixers would have escaped with the win. Also, shout out to Kevin Knox. The kid had a career high 31 points in this game. Do you guys remember the time when the Denver Nuggets were choosing between Jusuf Nurkic and Nikola Jokic, and there was a time that Jusuf Nurkic was starting over Nikola Jokic for the Denver Nuggets? Yeah, this was actually a thing, and it wasn't too long ago. Now, I'm not saying this to insult Jusuf Nurkic, as he is an absolutely solid center in the NBA, but we all know that he's nowhere near the level of Nikola Jokic, so it's good that the Nuggets made the right decision there, and Nikola Jokic proved it last night as the man went out and dropped 40 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists as the Nuggets get the 116-113 win over the Portland Trailblazers, which is great for the Nuggets and their fans out there, because had the Nuggets lost this game, that would have meant that they would officially no longer be the #1 seed in the Western Conference, considering the Warriors had beaten the Mavericks. And for what will be the final thing that we had to talk about, Mike Budenholzer, who was the head coach of the Atlanta Hawks for quite a few years, made his first return to Atlanta since leaving Atlanta for the Milwaukee Bucks this season. And I don't think Mike Budenholzer regrets his decision for even a fraction of a millisecond, as he's coaching currently one of the best teams in the NBA, and they definitely look like one of the best teams last night as they put the Hawks out of their misery pretty easily. 133 to 114 the final score in this one. Giannis Antetokounmpo returning in this game to have one of his usually dominant performances with 33 points on the night. And that is going to bring us to the player of the day, the time of the video where you guys have the opportunity to vote for who you think was the best player in the league last night by clicking the little eye icon in the top right hand corner of the video. Just remember though, the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday, the player who had the honor of winning the player of the day award was Blake Griffin, as he lit up the Los Angeles Clippers for 44 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists in his first game playing against the Clippers in LA. That is going to do it for everything that we had to talk about today though, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, then why not go ahead and destroy that like button. Also remember to subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis. Thank you once again for watching though. Once again, you guys already know that you are the real MVPs, but that being said, until next time, I am out of here. Peace!